Libra, what's going on, everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you with your mid-April 2023 tarot reading. How are you? I hope all is well. Just want to mention before we go ahead and start, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below. But Libra, welcome on in, and let's see what's going on with you, baby. What do we got showing up here for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-April 2023. What information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for the Zodiac sign of Team Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-April 2023. Let's go ahead and have a look, guys, okay? Starting out with the overall energy for you, we do begin your reading here with the Nine of Swords. Definitely feeling like there's a lot going on inside your head. Jumping into the second half of the month, it could be the energy of being really overwhelmed. You just feel like you kind of have a lot going on. You don't really feel like you know how to process things is something that I'm picking up on as well. Like, it's hard to process something when there's just so much to process. So there's this energy of feeling overwhelmed and surrounded by a lot of negativity and a lot of like intense kind of thoughts at this time. You know, the swords in the tarot represent thinking and thoughts. And of course, with air signs, air and fixed air represents the energy of thinking and critical thinking. But it also could be the energy of like sharpness, right? As sharp as a sword, if you will. And sometimes those thoughts that we think about, they can cut very deep. So I do feel like there's a lot of intense and deep thoughts that are kind of going around here and going on here at this time for you. Taking a look into your current situation, let's see what's up. We got here the Hangman card. We got here the Queen of Pentacles. We got here the Nine of Pentacles. We got here the Eight of Wands. I feel like you're stuck in this trap of how the hell do I become happy with myself, or how the hell do I take care of myself? Because I've been trying to take care of myself. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Hangman. I've been trying to invest as hard as I can to take care of myself, to feel like I'm stronger in my life, to be happy and content with my life. But I feel like every time I'm shooting for the stars, Eight of Wands, I feel like I keep on missing. So there's a lot of difficulty, I think, right now in regards to how to feel happy, content with what's going on with your life and kind of like where you're at in life. It just feels like you keep missing the mark or something of that nature is what I feel is showing up here for Libras at this time, which of course, if that is the case for you, we're going to switch that up here. Jumping into mid-April, I'll definitely give you guys the best rundown I can to help you with your situation. But yeah, I keep on picking up on that energy of like, it just seems so hard to fix everything that's going on because there's a lot happening right now. Immediately, I want to tell you right off the bat, take everything one step at a time. If you have a million problems, they're not going to be solved in one day. You know, they're going to be solved by taking it a problem a day and banging it out that way. Okay, you feel me? I rhyme. You guys like my rhyme? I should be a rapper. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's like taking a problem a day and taking it day by day. You know, this is not going to be a situation that you should rush, or a situation that you can take on all at once. So I get the sense of Libras here feeling stuck. I mean, I just feel like I'm in a trap. I don't know what the hell to do to be happy. I've tried every self-care routine I can. I've seen every guru on TikTok tell me that I should be washing my face before I go to bed and making sure I take off my makeup, or watching every guru tell me that I should practice breathing better by meditating for 5 hours a day. Like, I get it, guys. Trust me. There's nothing against the TikTok gurus, okay? There's nothing against the self-care routines. It's good to wash your face before you go to bed. If you're a woman, it's good to take off your makeup, or anybody who wears makeup, right? Fuck, you know, who cares? Anybody who wears makeup, you know, it's a good thing to take that off before you go to bed. But at the end of the day, besides these like physical, very basic, natural self-care routines, there's a lot of other things we can do when we can really go deep to our core and figure out what is making us feel the way we're feeling. So we got to go deep here, deeper than the face value stuff maybe you've been seeing here at this time. Okay, give me some insight on some advice for Libra so far that can really help them go deep to the core of what is all of these problems that they're currently facing. We got here the Ten of Pentacles. We have here the Ace of Swords. We have here the Strength. I think it's hard for some of you to come to a truth, a harsh truth, that maybe this certain level of stability or this certain level of comfortability and abundance doesn't exist in your life anymore. Whether you're a Libra who used to have a lot of money financially and you felt super comfortable, maybe there's regrets in the financial decisions or choices you've made, and that's put you in a very stressful spot. Maybe you're a Libra and you're in a very stressful space because you don't feel that close to certain people in your life anymore. Maybe you don't feel like you have much of a social life and people to be close to anymore. So there's this sense of regret there, or this sense of unhappiness. Maybe there's been lots of problems within your romantic relationship and you missed the time when there was tons of stability here with the Ten of Pentacles, because when that time existed, everything was perfect. Everything was right in the world, you know? So Strength card here to the Ace of Swords, it feels like it's been hard to confront the truth that something is not as it used to be. I think you wish it could be. And I think everybody does in certain scenarios where, you know, we look at something and we're like, man, I just wish we can go back to the good old days when things were easy. You know, the amount of times I think to myself, I really regret not enjoying my childhood like I should have, because there was so much I wish I can go back and do right now versus being an adult. I'm 23. I know that I'm young, but the older you get in this day and age, the harder the world becomes. If I could be fucking 16 again and do nothing but smoke a blunt and play some Xbox 360, my life would be fucking golden, right? I know, listen, at the end of the day, I still love my life, but it'd be nice to go back there and not have much responsibility, right? So, you know, you're kind of in that space, Libra, where you definitely missed something you had. And I don't think it's the same here now for a few of you. And I think that what you have to do to go deep here is you have to go back to, why do you need that kind of stability in your life now? Ask yourself those questions, you know? Is that stability something you want in your life again? And if it is something you want in your life again, you kind of have to admit where you are now, admit that you're not in that place you used to be in, and start looking at solutions instead of reinforcing the problem. You know, one of the number one things that people tend to do is when they're in a period of time where they're unhappy with their lives, they're always reinforcing the problem instead of looking for a solution. Now, of course, I'm not saying this is for every Libra, but if you are a Libra right now and you have been reinforcing the problem, you have to be honest with yourself about that and start seeking a solution. Now, one other important thing to mention is that instead of going back to the past and making things how they once were, maybe we should focus on making something even better than what you've experienced ever before, and especially in your past. What can you do now to create a new beginning or a new environment that's going to be better than you've ever had before? When you start thinking like that, Libra, then you can start to open up doorways in your life to create the most positive and amazing things in your life. Okay, so like I said here so far, this is just the tip of the iceberg, I'm sure, in reference to all the overwhelming kind of issues you're dealing with here at this time. But the best advice I can give you is that it's time to go deep. Don't look at face value. You know, you're like, well, how do I have self-care? How do I become happy with myself? Don't look at the basic face value routines. Look very deep at the core of what is bothering you, what is hurting you on a soul level. When you go ahead and become aware of that, become accepting of where you are now, and stop reinforcing problems, but instead focus on solutions. Okay, that would be my advisory here for you guys at this time. Let's see what you need to be made aware about though, Libra. Okay, so what does Libra need to be made aware about here? Jumping into the second half of April, is there anything Libra needs to be aware of coming into the second half of April 2023? Starting out here with the first card, we do have here the Seven of Cups. Moving into the next card, we got here the Seven of Pentacles. We also got here the Three of Cups, and we got here the Ten of Wands as well. In reference to what you should be aware about here, Seven of Cups to the Seven of Pentacles. I do think for some Libras, you should watch out in reference to the people you're surrounding yourself with at this time. Seven of Cups could be that you're around quite a few people. And it could be people with I'm hearing like people with a lot of different personalities. They may not even be people that like align with your personality either. Like these are people that are kind of the opposite of you. And Seven of Pentacles, like you're making the investment with these people. Three of Cups, it's like there's a part of you that feels like you're happy because you're a part of this group and you're a part of something. But I think deep down inside, Ten of Wands, it's not your tribe. I'm kind of getting the sense for Libra is that like you're surrounded with an environment of people. Maybe these are friends, but they're not like your true tribe is kind of what I'm feeling at this time. By the way, GM Carillo, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate that. But yeah, that's kind of the sense that I'm getting here at this time for you, Libra. Check in with your environment. They may not really truly be your tribe of people, your soul family, your soul tribe. And it's not like an issue. It's not like there's an issue with like opposites in terms of personality, because opposites can attract. But I feel like these are people that like aren't you. You know what I mean? And if you ever heard that saying, it's like you are who you surround yourself with. It's like if you're surrounding yourself with people who aren't like authentically you, you're gonna start becoming a version of yourself that's not really you. You know? So I want Libras to keep that in mind here at this time. I do think that's something you should be aware about. Let's see what else you should be aware about here in mid-April. What do we got? We got the Judgment. We got here the All Gifted. and we have here the Ace of Pentacles coming up here as well. I do feel for some Libras, there's a gift or a talent you're definitely holding back that should be more capitalized and expressed. I think you should, very much so, I think for some of you, you should capitalize on it because it can make a lot of money. But besides that, even if it's just a hobby and you don't want to monetize that, I think that you should still do it. There is something you're very gifted with. It could be some kind of art. So maybe you're a painter or you do some specific kind of arts. This could be the energy of being very incredibly talented at speaking. Maybe this is the time to start making content on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. You know, I definitely feel like you have something here that is a talent or a gift. It should be expressed rather than suppressed. So I do want to say for some Libras, be aware that your gift here is meant to be expressed. Please express your gift is what they tell me to tell you. We have here the Magician coming up here as well, and we have here the Death card. Yeah, you're going to be manifesting change, Libra. I think that your life's going to continue to change here at this time, and it's continuing to change because you've been very, very stressed with the Nine of Swords. Remember, the overall energy was the Nine of Swords. There's a lot going on. There's a lot inside your head. Eight of Wands. You feel like you're, shooting your shot here. You're shooting for the stars to kind of, live your best life and feel happy with yourself and get into the energy of self-care, but it keeps feeling like you miss the mark. I think that a lot of it has to do with your current surroundings in your social life for many of you, but just in general, like, what are you choosing to surround yourself with? Like, Libra, I want you guys to have a full-blown critical analysis of yourself and be as aware as you can and honest and brutally honest with yourself as you can here in mid-April. I want you to think about a couple things. I want you to think about, first and foremost, who am I surrounding myself with? Who are these kinds of people? Are these people that are bringing in good energy, or are these people who are very bad and negative, very toxic, always talk about drama? Really start looking at your association. Who are you dealing with and associating with? And is their energy aligning with your true highest self? Okay. Next, I want you to look at, what are you consuming? Content-wise, what are you watching every day? What are you watching on TV? What are you watching on YouTube? What kind of content are you consuming, right? Think about that, because that has a very big key factor into not only how you feel, but content can morph your reality as well. When you really start to consume a lot of negative content, it can therefore bring negativity onto you. Take a look at the foods you're eating. Are you eating healthy foods, or are you eating processed, really crappy negative foods? The more we tend to eat the really crappy negative foods, they make us feel really crappy and negative. So definitely check in what kind of foods you're consuming and eating in terms of consumables. But, it's this energy of having to be totally aware, having a full-blown critical analysis of, like, what am I doing with my life? What are my investments right now in terms of my energy? And is it healthy or unhealthy? If you come to the conclusion this month that it's unhealthy, a good percentage of that is contributing to the Nine of Swords. If what you're investing in this month tends to be deemed unhealthy, a good contribution of that is contributing to the Nine of Swords as to why you feel so overwhelmed with problems. So I really think that what's going to happen here is in mid-April, it's got to start with you checking in with yourself and being brutally honest. And if you start to see things that you're associating with energetically and mentally and physically, if you start to see these things you're associating with are unhealthy, you got to cut the cord. Once you cut the cord, it's going to ease up a lot of this Nine of Swords energy. And it's going to put you into a space where you're more clear-headed. And if you're more clear-headed, what can you do? You can start to focus on the solution rather than the problems that you're dealing with. You can start narrowing those down one by one. So I certainly think things are definitely going to change here in mid-April, but I want you to have the positive change, not the negative change. I feel like if you keep on being in a path here where maybe you're consuming a lot of negativity, or you're just around a bunch of different characters that don't really align with your truest, highest form of who you are, you're going to get sucked into living a version of your life that really doesn't resonate with who you truly are. And once you get there, it's going to feel harder to climb out of that hole later on as time continues to progress. Okay? Now, I don't want you, Libra, at all in the slightest. I really don't want you to feel like I'm coming for you or I'm trying to put you down. That is not what I'm doing. I just want you guys to avoid the trap, because I see a trap here for you jumping into mid-April. Okay? And I've been here in this trap before. Sometimes it can feel good to have new friends, or sometimes it can feel really good to be in new environments, or, it can feel really good to consume a bunch of content on TikTok for 5 hours. I'm calling myself out. But sometimes we don't see how those things affect us in the long term until it's a little too late. So check everything in terms of awareness that you can, because I feel like your environment's changing you, and it's attuning you to a version of yourself that maybe you're not going to be so happy with in the long term. Okay? All right, guys, take that if it resonates, of course. What is going to be some advice from the universe here for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-April 2023. We have here the World card coming out for you. We also have here the Queen of Swords, and we have here the Prince of Swords showing up as well, otherwise known as the Knight of Swords. So this is going to be a time for action, and the action that needs to be taken here for you is that it's time to walk away and start a whole new world. If you see your world heading in a direction that isn't favorable to you, stop going in that direction. Universe says redirect with a Knight of Swords. So make sure you're redirecting once you become aware of all the things that need to change here in your mid-month, okay? And what's going to be the overall outcome here for Libra, please? All right, what's going to be the overall outcome here for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-April 2023. And what do we got? We got here the Eight of Swords, and that Eight of Swords is going to be followed up here with the Six of Pentacles. It's like you kind of have a choice, you know? You can stay stuck inside your head, or you can stay trapped or be in the trap, or you can set yourself free and be cool, calm, and collected here with the Six of Pentacles. So there's that energy, Libra. It's like it's a trap. Sometimes things in life can look really good, but the effect they have on you in that long term sucks balls, okay? Excuse my French and my language, but it sucks balls, okay? So sometimes things can look so good, but they're not so good, you know? So get out of the trap here. Go to the Six of Pentacles. Go to the life you want to live. Be the person who you truly are. Associate with people who reflect that of who you are. Not these people who are different, who might potentially change you. And Six of Pentacles, get into that space of equal give and take and positivity and comfortability, and you'll be chilling. You have a choice here. There's a trap. Are you going to avoid it, or are you going to stay stuck to that trap? It's really kind of up to you here, of course, as it always is, but hopefully you become aware of this trap and you break free from it, and things really start to look up here for you guys at this time, okay? All right, though, Libra, with that being said, thank you guys so much, though, nonetheless, for tuning in to your mid-April 2023 tarot reading. I really appreciate it. This was a pretty deep reading, guys. Once again, like I said, just to clarify with all of you, I hope you know, by no means necessary am I trying to put anybody down during this reading. I just want you guys to be aware of what I am seeing here at this time for you overall. But Libra, I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your mid-April. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. Of course, if you guys are interested in personal readings, products, and so much more, check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below. I'd be happy to see you over there. But Libra, have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your April. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.